Hey, Duncan. Can you talk about this is, I don't know how many playoff games it is for you, but you have a young guy in Evan Bouchard who really seemed to elevate his intensity a lot in this postseason. He talked about conversations he had with you. I don't know if you want to shed some light on what those conversations were that really seemed to resonate with him, and how much do you take the leadership role as an important for you in this series?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot. I think all the defensemen have talked a lot, try to communicate as much as we can, especially with who you're playing out there with and trying to be on the same page. So, but I definitely take a lot of pride in trying to, be at my best to help my partner out, Evan. And I think it's overall it's been a good partnership. We got to keep building and try to be better than we were last game.
Connor talked about how you guys obviously didn't play the level that you wanted in Game 4. Sometimes it's as simply as just, they worked harder than you. How do you ensure your work ethic is back to the level you want tonight?
Well, I think we realize the situation right now. Tied 2-2 in the series and back home here in front of our fans in our building. So try to use that energy and that in the building to our advantage, and have a good start. I think our start's something that can be better, and look to do that tonight.
Duncan, just there's been some wild swings, not only in this series, but in other series where teams get blown out, then they get blown up. Everyone talks about keeping even keel in the playoffs, but is that easier said than done? How do you get rid of the last game, flush the last game, and focus on the next game? Is that tough to do?
Well, I think you always try to learn from every game, whether it's a win or a loss. But there's a new game today. It was a new day yesterday. So it's just play your best, do your best, and not worry about what happened in the past, whether it was good or bad.
You've done that obviously a lot in your career. How do you kind of pass that message on to some of the younger guys that haven't been in this situation before? This is a big Game 5, obviously. Big Game 1 was pretty big, but how do you kind of pass that on to these guys to just go out and play and do what they do best?
Well, I think everybody's, in the league for a reason, and some of that is just gaining some experience in playoffs, knowing that there's going to be ups and downs. Every team's good, so just a matter of not, like you mentioned there, not getting too high or too low after a win or loss, and going out there focused on what you can control and what you need to do out there.
Duncan, is this a different type of team to play because of the volume of shots? Like everything they get, they funnel to the net, and as a result, maybe they create a little bit more chaos. They're not necessarily looking to pass the puck. And so as a result, does it kind of change sometimes how you play against a team defensively because of their willingness seemingly to shoot from everywhere?
Well, I don't know if it's any different. I think you look around the league, and there's been lots of games where there's been lots of shots. I think that's part of playoff hockey, where you try to keep it simple and get the puck to the net and create off of a shot. Yeah.
I think sometimes we look at you like this old, wise veteran that's coming in here to teach everyone how to play playoff hockey and take Bouchard under your wing and all that stuff. Do you have to be able to play? Like, is what you're doing on the ice more or less important than what you're whispering in a young player's ear in the dressing room?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, it's just the biggest thing is trying to be at my best, and each individual being at their best. I think that's ultimately how you get the best out of your teammates. And you can talk a lot and say different things, but it's execution on the ice and making it easier on your teammate.
So the home crowd, you're going to come up for your home crowd tonight, and the place is crazy. I thought in Game 1 that you guys didn't handle it very well. Those first couple shifts, you played like the crowd. You're all over the place. Your team was. You went through this in Chicago. There was no louder building, right, for all those years than after Corneliuson sung his anthem and the place was crazy. Do you got to get used to coming out and starting a game and being structured when the building has that much energy in it?
Yeah, you got to just focus on the game. Focus. It's sometimes. I think that's part of, getting shots on net. You can see how the crowd reacts to, a shot, and whether it's a dangerous shot or not. Sometimes there's reaction, and I think you get used to that as you go along. How, I don't want to say you tune it out, but you just focus on what's happening on the ice and not let anything distract you.
Duncan, you played a lot of playoff hockey in your career. How did these 4 games compare to those previous runs you've been on?
Yeah, all similar, fast pace. I think LA's got a quick team with a lot of good players, and it's a tough challenge, just like every series. So it's just a lot of the same in that regard, where every team's good, every team has great players on it, and there's no easy games.
Duncan, just over here to your far left, from travel day yesterday to meetings and morning skate this morning, how would you describe the pulse of your team heading into tonight?
I think it's good. Yeah, guys feel good. It's nice to be back here in Edmonton. You get in your own bed and be back in our building. So we're excited about that. Excited about the opportunity tonight and the challenge ahead. Thanks.